The last warning. The night was quiet when the first signal reached Earth. It was not a normal message, not a radio wave, not a human transmission. It was something older, deeper, and far more powerful. It came from the dark side of space, carrying a cold warning that no one could understand at first. Inside the Global Space Monitoring Center, alarms started ringing. Scientists and officers rushed toward the huge screens, their faces turning pale as the strange signal repeated again and again. It was a countdown, slow and terrifying, like a giant creature breathing in the void. Nobody knew what it meant, but everyone could feel it was not a friendly greeting. By sunrise, every major nation was awake and in panic. Satellites picked up the second sign. Something massive had entered the solar system. It moved like a silent shadow, passing Jupiter, then Mars, without stopping. It did not answer any message, any call, or any warning sent from Earth. When the object finally slowed down, people across the world held their breath. The thing took position near the moon, blocking sunlight like a giant machine made of black metal. It had no windows, no lights, no engines that humans could understand. It simply watched Earth, like a predator watching a smaller creature. And for the first time in history, humanity felt hunted. World leaders tried to communicate again, sending greetings, peace offers, data packets, even old Morse code. But the alien structure did not reply. It did not move. It only waited. Hours passed. Then a full day, and fear began to spread across every city on Earth. People stayed inside their homes, wondering if the countdown was the beginning of an attack. Military forces across the planet stood ready, but nobody wanted to fire first. Everyone knew that a single mistake could start a war humanity could not win. Then, finally, the structure spoke, not with sound, but with a message that appeared inside every device, every screen, every radio at the same moment. The voice did not sound alive. It sounded like a cold machine following ancient orders. This is your final warning, humans. Stay inside your world. The message repeated 3 times, then vanished. People waited for more, but nothing else came. Only silence and fear. The alien structure returned to being still, floating near the moon like a dark omen. Inside the Earth Defense Command, generals argued about the meaning of the message. Some believed it was a threat. Others believed it was a test. But one scientist, Dr. Ilara Hayes, noticed something strange. The alien structure was not pointing its sensors toward Earth. It was pointing them farther, deeper into space, as if it was waiting for something else to arrive. Ilara felt a chill run down her spine. "This is not a warning to us," she whispered. "This is a warning about something else." But before anyone could understand her words, new signals appeared on the radar. Smaller objects were approaching, moving fast and scanning the Earth from orbit. They were drones, dozens of them, silent and sharp like metal insects. They flew in perfect formation, mapping oceans, forests, cities, and military bases. The aliens were not just watching, they were studying, and humans were the ones being measured. For the next few hours, Earth's forces tracked the drones, trying to predict their purpose. Finally, one drone flew too close to a secret human station. A quick defense system activated automatically, shooting the drone down with a burst of energy. The alien structure reacted instantly. Its surface shifted, glowing with cold blue light, as if something inside had awakened. For the first time, it moved, slowly turning its front toward Earth, like a hunter noticing a dangerous animal. Everyone understood one thing: the warning was over. The real encounter had begun. The first hunt begins the moment the alien structure turned toward Earth. A cold wave of fear spread through every control room on the planet. No one spoke for a few seconds, as if the whole world had forgotten how to breathe. Every radar screen, every satellite camera, every military officer focused on the giant machine near the moon, waiting for its next move. But the structure did not fire any weapon. Instead, more small shapes detached from its lower section like seeds falling from a dark tree. They were drones, sharper and faster than the ones seen before. Moving with perfect coordination, they spread around Earth's orbit, forming a silent ring of watchers. These new drones did not map the planet. They scanned humans directly. They scanned ships, planes, even soldiers standing on the ground. It was as if the aliens wanted to understand human behavior, human reaction time, human fear. It felt less like a search and more like a study of prey. In the Earth Defense Command, General Ward watched the screens with narrowed eyes. "This is not surveillance," he said quietly. "This is hunting practice. His words sent a chill across the room. Meanwhile, Dr. Ilara Hayes worked quickly on decoding the alien drone signals. She discovered that the drones were sending data back to the main structure. But the data was not harmless information. It was a ranking system. The drones were rating human defenses like predators, measuring the strength of an animal before attacking. Ilara whispered to herself, "They are testing us." And for the first time, she felt anger rising inside her. Humans might be many things, but they were not cowards, and they were not prey. Across the Pacific, a human stealth ship named Spectre 1 prepared for a risky mission. Its crew was trained to operate in complete silence. Invisible to most detection systems, their objective was simple but dangerous. Capture one alien drone, bring it back to Earth, and finally understand the real purpose behind this invasion. The stealth ship approached a drone slowly, careful not to alarm it. The drone moved like a living creature, twisting and scanning the space around it with thin laser lines. The human crew waited for the right moment. Then, with perfect timing, they launched an electromagnetic net, trapping the drone in a cage of crackling energy. For 2 seconds, everything was silent. Then the drone screamed, not with sound, but with a violent burst of blue light pulsing through the net. It struggled like a captured beast, shaking the stealth ship with invisible force, but the net held strong. Humans had captured their first alien machine inside the alien structure. Alarms finally activated. For the first time, aliens reacted with surprise. The great machine shifted, opening panels along its side like an angry creature baring its teeth. A communication signal spread through the drone network, almost like a whisper. Why did the humans attack this early? The drones changed formation instantly, forming a defensive barrier between the structure and Earth. They were no longer scanning, they were preparing. On Earth, the captured drone was studied in a hidden underground laboratory. Scientists surrounded it with energy shields, while Ilara examined its strange surface. The drone looked alive, like metal mixed with muscle. Its core pulsed with a dull blue rhythm, as if it had a heartbeat. When the drone finally shut down completely, a final message appeared on its surface, a sentence written in a language no human had ever seen before. After hours of translation, Ilara read it aloud, her voice shaking. Humans show early aggression. They are more dangerous than expected. The room fell into silence. The truth was becoming clear. The aliens were not here to attack immediately. They were here to cage humanity, to keep humans locked inside their solar system forever, because the aliens feared something deep inside human nature. Ilara looked at General Ward and whispered the words that changed everything. "They are afraid of us," and in that moment, humanity understood its real position in the galaxy. They were never the prey. The hunt had already begun, and humans were ready to fight back. "We are not prey." The captured drone lay inside the underground lab like a silent metal beast. Its blue core had stopped glowing, but the fear it created inside the room was still heavy. Scientists worked around it carefully, unsure if it might restart or explode without warning. But Ilara Hayes understood one thing clearly. This drone was not only a machine, it was a message. General Ward entered the lab with fast steps, his face sharp with tension. "Tell me you found something useful," he demanded. Ilara turned the holographic tablet toward him. "I found something more than useful," she replied. "I found the truth." She explained how the translation revealed that the aliens already knew human history. They had studied humanity for centuries from far away. They knew about wars, inventions, rebellions, survival instincts. To them, humans were not a peaceful young race. Humans were a threat waiting to grow stronger. "They call us the uncontrolled species," Ilara said quietly. The room fell silent again. Every soldier and scientist felt the words sink into their bones. The aliens were not here to kill humanity. They were here to cage it, to prevent humans from ever leaving their world and rising in the galaxy. Meanwhile, high above Earth, the alien structure began shifting once more. Sections of its hull opened like giant petals of a dark flower. Inside those openings were more drones and strange devices humans had never seen. The structure was preparing for the next phase of its mission, the containment phase. Across the world, military teams moved into emergency positions. Orbital cannons powered up. Stealth ships took flight. Ground soldiers prepared for the worst. But even with all this, humanity knew the truth. They were outnumbered, outclassed, and completely surrounded. Inside the lab, the captured drone suddenly flickered with weak light. Its core pulsed once, then twice. Everyone jumped back, raising weapons. But the drone did not attack. It projected a small hologram, an alien face. Long and thin, with calm, unblinking eyes, the hologram spoke in a cold voice. "Humans, your resistance is unnecessary. You are confined for the safety of the galaxy." General Ward stepped forward with clenched fists. "We don't accept cages," he said. But the alien continued, ignoring him. "Your nature is chaos. Your history is violence. You cannot be allowed to expand." Something inside the drone sparked, and the hologram faded away. Elara exhaled slowly. "That message, it wasn't talking to us," she said. "It was reporting to the main structure." The aliens now knew humans had captured their drone, and they would react soon. In orbit, the alien drones changed formation, forming a ring of bright blue lines around the main structure. It looked like a barrier, a shield, or maybe a trap. Human satellites picked up energy readings growing stronger each minute. The aliens were building something huge. General Ward made the decision instantly. "Prepare the strike team," he ordered. "We take the fight to them." Elara stared at him with surprise. "You want to attack the alien structure?" she asked. He nodded firmly. "We need information, we need answers, and we need to show them that humans do not kneel." Elsewhere, inside the structure itself, alien commanders watched humans with growing confusion. Humans were not reacting like prey. They were not panicking. They were planning. And this frightened the alien commanders more than anything else. Back in the lab, Elara examined the drone one last time. She discovered something shocking, a hidden message buried deep in its memory. A warning not from the aliens, but from a different source. It said, "They fear what you will become." Elara closed her eyes, realizing the full meaning. The galaxy was not afraid of human violence. It was afraid of human potential. She ran to General Ward and delivered the message. He gave a sharp nod and looked up at the holographic sky map. "Then we make them understand," he said. "We are not prey." And with that, humanity prepared for the moment that would change everything. The moment they stopped being hunted and became the hunters instead. The hunters' rise. The world was no longer silent. Cities glowed with emergency lights, military bases rumbled with engines, and the skies filled with the movement of human warships preparing for battle. Everyone knew the truth now. The aliens did not come to talk, negotiate, or share knowledge. They came to cage humanity. But humans had never accepted chains. General Ward stood inside the Earth Defense Command, watching holographic displays of enemy drones forming a deadly wall around the alien structure. He knew attacking directly would be suicide, but he also knew waiting would be worse. "The longer we sit still, the stronger their cage becomes," he said. "We strike now." Humanity had hidden weapons that the rest of the world never knew existed. Projects built in secret underground labs, machines designed only for the worst possible moment. This moment, and for the first time, these weapons were fully activated. The Apex Wing, an elite squadron of human pilots, prepared inside their hangar. Their ships were sharp, fast, and shaped like hunting birds. These were not normal aircraft. They used new engines that allowed short bursts of near-light speed movement, a technology humanity never wanted to use unless forced. And now, they had no choice. Each pilot walked with confidence, not arrogance, but the cold determination of someone defending their home. The squadron leader, Captain Myra Solis, stepped into her ship and closed the cockpit with a deep breath. She had seen war before, but this was different. This was humanity's survival, outside the atmosphere. The alien drones shifted position the moment they detected the Apex Wing launching. Their metallic bodies glowed blue as they powered their weapons. They were ready to stop any human attempt at resistance. Captain Mira spoke calmly over the radio. "Apex Wing, stay sharp. They think we are prey. Let's show them what humans really are." Her words echoed courage across every ship, and in one explosive burst, the squadron shot into space, leaving streaks of light behind them. The first clash happened instantly. Alien drones fired beams of blue energy, slicing through the darkness like lightning. Human ships dodged with incredible speed, using their new engines to blink across short distances. It was a dance of death, fast, violent, and full of chaos. Captain Myra targeted one drone and fired a plasma burst. The drone shattered into pieces, sparkling like broken glass in space. Another pilot destroyed two more within seconds. The aliens realized something shocking. Humans were not running. Humans were hunting. Inside the massive alien structure, commanders panicked for the first time. They increased power to their shields, redirected drones, and sent urgent messages to their higher command. This was not how containment missions were supposed to go. Humans were supposed to fear them, not fight like predators. Back on Earth, Ilara Hayes watched the battle from the command center. She observed every movement, analyzing alien tactics and patterns, and then she saw something important. The drones protect the center of the structure more than the edges, she announced. That means the core of the ship is vulnerable. If we hit that, the whole cage collapses. General Ward nodded. Send the coordinates to the apex wing. Captain Myra received the data and smiled with a fierce look. Understood. Heading to the core, the alien drones reacted desperately, forming a thick wall to block the humans, but the apex wing punched through them like arrows cutting through thin cloth. The speed, the determination, and the fury of the human pilots overwhelmed the alien defenses. The structure's core glowed like a beating blue heart. Captain Myra aimed her ship straight at it and armed the fusion spear, a weapon designed to pierce any shield. Humanity does not kneel, she whispered. Then she fired. The spear hit the core with a massive flash. The entire alien structure shook violently, lights flickering as the cage system began collapsing from the inside. Alien commanders screamed orders, but it was too late. Humanity had struck with the force of a true hunter. Back on Earth, cheers erupted across the command center, but General Ward remained serious. This is only the beginning, he said. Now we take the fight to their territory. Humanity was no longer defending. Humanity was rising. The hunters had awakened. The final demonstration, the alien structure near the moon was falling apart. Blue flames burst from its core, panels broke loose, and drones scattered in panic. The great machine that was meant to cage humanity was now a burning symbol of alien failure. But General Ward knew this victory was not the end. It was only the beginning. Inside the Earth Defense Command, alarms continued to blink as new signals appeared on the radar. A larger alien fleet was approaching from deep space. Not scouts, not drones, but full warships built for domination. Ilara Hayes studied the data with a cold expression. They are coming to finish the job, she said, and they won't hold back this time. General Ward gave a sharp nod. Then we won't hold back either. For the first time in human history, every major nation united under one mission: to protect Earth, to protect their future, and to show the galaxy that humanity was not a prisoner across the world. Secret launch sites opened like hidden doors beneath mountains and oceans. Massive human starships rose into the sky, powered by engines never used in public before. These ships were built in silence, in fear, in preparation for the unknown. Now they were needed more than ever. Their silver hulls shined as they climbed into orbit, ready to face whatever waited in the darkness. At the center of the fleet stood the flagship Valar. Captain Mira Solis walked through its bright corridors, her steps steady and filled with purpose. She had survived the first battle, and now she was ready for the final one. The Apex Wing pilots saluted her as she entered the command bridge. She gave a confident nod. This time, we take the fight to them. The human fleet launched into deep space, engines glowing like falling stars. Behind them, Earth watched with pride and fear. Every person understood that this battle was not just for survival. It was for respect. It was for freedom. Hours later, the human fleet reached the edge of the alien territory. And there it was, a massive alien armada, stretching across space like a dark storm. Ships of every shape hovered silently, their weapons glowing with deadly blue light. The aliens expected fear, hesitation, surrender, but the humans came with something stronger: rage, unity, and the instinct of true hunters. The alien commander sent a message across the battlefield. It echoed through every ship, every speaker, every mind. Humans, you were warned. You should have stayed inside your world. General Ward stepped forward on the command bridge and replied calmly, "We do not hide, we do not kneel, and we do not stay inside any cage." With those words, the battle began. Alien lasers lit up the darkness. Human ships dodged and returned fire. Explosions flashed like stars being born and dying in seconds. Captain Myra led the Apex Wing straight toward the center of the alien line. Their ships moved with deadly precision, cutting through enemy formations like blades. Human warships activated new weapons: fusion lances, ion storms, and gravity tools of science turned into tools of survival. Alien shields shattered under the unexpected power. The galaxy had never seen humans fight at full strength before. Now they understood why the ancient alien councils had feared this day. Within minutes, the alien command ship began to